Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to be showing you how to defend on Fracture, which is everyone's favorite map, like a Radiant. So I've done this for pretty much every map now except for this map, and I know a lot of people do want to improve on this map, so I've done this in some coaching videos. I've explained how to defend like on every area, but I'm going to go ahead and do that in this video as well. So we'll start with A, go dish, and then go toward B. So A main, the first way you can defend if you're a duelist, which probably the majority of you are, what you can do is just kind of peek right here. You can kind of hold like this and just take the fight. Don't be scared. If you're Reyna or Jett, you have the free get out of jail free card with your dismiss or your dash. You can even cross over to the left here. And if you do this as soon as the round starts and there's no one peeking, then you can get to this corner. And if no one's here for like 10 or 50 or 5 or 10 seconds, you can probably just walk up and fast flank. So fast flanking is when you're gonna run probably with your gun out, check the corners. And you have to make sure that there's not like sentinel stuff here, because if there is, then you have to just shoot it and run pretty much. But otherwise, our only plan or goal here is to just hold this and get the kill and just get out. Because if we get out after the kill, then it's 5v4, and there's a high chance that we're gonna win the round. So something we want to be careful of is if we're walking out like this and we get flash, we're kind of screwed, right? Unless we're on Jett, because we can just dash at any time. But on Reyna, you need the kill to get out. So if you get flashed in the middle of the open and you don't kill anyone, then you're just screwed, right? So, excuse me. Excuse me. So, if we're playing a little more defensive, you can come back here behind this box. And this box is actually very good. If you go ahead and think the last time you played this map, did you clear this corner? Probably not. So, some people will check corners, like, religiously, but other people, you know, couldn't care less to think about the corner. So, Just try the corner. If if no one checks the corner, then you'll realize, okay, well, this is actually a really good spot, so I should actually use this to get, a few kills each game every time I play this horrible map. And if you're on attack, you simply just shoot where they're going to be in the corner, and you clear the corner anyway. And so yeah, so on site, I'm gonna go ahead and say you shouldn't be playing site if you're a duelist, but for anyone else, and just in case you have to play site, because you probably will, once you get the spike down on attack, we can just play behind this pillar is probably the best place to play. So we can peek like this. Can even come over here in this corner, peek like this, here, like this. So basically using this to your advantage. The only thing is this can be spammed, so you have to be careful of it. Also going top site is pretty good because you can hold like this. You can also hold a main, spawn, outside sand, but this can also be spammed. So it's up to you where you want to play on site, but again, I wouldn't do that if you're a duelist, just because you want to be playing a little more aggressive. So if we are going to play on defense, we can also go here to door. So this is really good on, like, for example, whenever you think they're going to come here after you just won pistol round and you have a gun and they don't. So what we can do is just sit close here, and so they're going to be stomping, right? Most of the time they're just going to be stomping, and as they run to this right here, like as their backs are facing toward you, you can open the door, just obviously pause right here, right? And then we're just going to kill them. We're going to do this as quick as possible. Right now I'm just standing still just to emphasize the point. So like as you're here, the enemy should be like here-ish, or maybe when you're grabbing the orb. More than likely someone won't be waiting for you to open the door. You should be fine. You can also flash this if you're Reyna. You don't really need to be honest. But I do this sometimes because like then I'll hear them shoot, and then we just get the kill on whoever's on the orb or whoever's over here, and you can just dismiss all the way back to like right here, and you see you're actually safe from the door. So people might try to chase you, but yeah, if you're not on an eco round, what you can do is buy a shorty and try not to go over this line. Just sit really close like this, and if anyone walks out the door, they're just dead. So another way that we can defend is up here from nest. We're basically just waiting for them to come out. We can either hold like this and spray through the door, or we can just kind of chill. We have to be careful of over here, so hopefully you have a teammate or some kind of sentinel utility over there. If not, that's okay. You can always position yourself in a way so that you're not, vulnerable to it. You can also hide on this right side here and wait for them to come out. And after the door opens, you kind of peek out. But again, I would suggest playing a little closer. So either this, or this. And again, these are three really good spots. And this is only 1/4 of the map. So now we're gonna go over to dish, because dish is it's the other part of A. And so dish is really quite bad. It's quite atrocious to both push and defend a lot of times. So this is really weird. Like, I don't know. They should honestly change this part of the map. I feel like it would make the map a lot more fun to play. But I always go to this side. I always find myself going to this side. There's a big rock right here. You see? It blocks a vision, especially when you're coming up on attack. You know, you can just hide behind it. So what I do is kind of chill here. Whenever I go dish, I usually have the plan of, again, fast flanking. So that's something that you guys are going to want to do on defense on this map. I'm going to go ahead and explain that on every single area. So fast flanking from here, you know, you're going to try to go flank B main. From here, we're going to be flanking arcade. So I'm just walking up. And if I hear one, obviously, you know, I'm ready to take the fight, because on reyna I can just dismiss back to this rock, and I can just flash, and even I can just run out after I flash, because, like, you know, but the goal here is to just get behind them. A lot of the time people don't come dish, that's why I'm, you know, not really expecting anyone, unless, because lower ranks are different, so I can't tell you that no one's ever going to come dish, but if there are people coming here and you know that they're going to come here, you can just sit behind this rock, wait for them to run up, and just kind of wait for them right here, and they're not going to expect you most likely. You just have to be careful of getting pushed from this side, which will happen as well. So you just kill one here, look over here, maybe do something, push up like this, I don't know. However you want to play is up to you, but yeah, the fast flank would be to go arcade and just flank the enemies that are going to B. So now I'm going to go ahead and go over to B, because that is pretty much all of A. Dish is pretty trash. Try not to go there much, just like occasionally. So for this part, we're going to probably want to Vandal, just because, so again, this is kind of the equivalent of peeking A main. So I usually say this, I didn't start the thing by saying this. Whenever you're playing Fracture, the enemies on attack spawn here. So they're most naturally going to go to A main and B main, especially in low ranks. You're just going to automatically go there without thinking. So whenever you defend, you should probably go A main and B main first, and then rotate toward arcade and dish. Mainly arcade though, because, you know, you can always just flank dish, because actually that's a pretty good idea, because dish, if you start dish, it's not always the best, but if we flank toward dish later in the round, it's really good. But really, you're gonna want to try to defend A main and B main. So that's my point here with B main. What we want to do is just trying to peek, since we're a duelist. Even if we're not, this is a good idea to do sometimes. So so whenever, if you were to swing like this, you're gonna expose yourself to, like, you know, like 3 or 4 people that are all running up, and so you don't want to do that. What we want to do is just kind of peek like this and just sit here and wait, and eventually these people are going to run from here right into our crosshair, and the goal is to just get a kill on them, like tap them and then dismiss away or dash away. And this is a really good place to op as well. So the only thing you have to be careful of is some enemies are gonna run up like this and then cross in, so you have to be careful of that. But as long as you get the kill, you can just dismiss away. If you're gonna you might get flashed or stunned by breach, so you might want to just, you know, run back after you get flashed or something. So that's the first thing I would do. I'll show you guys something else in a bit, but for right now I'm going to show you more defensive spots on B site. So what we can do is play behind here, and we can peek from the left side. We can also peek from the right side. I wouldn't peek when they're like right here, because, you know, they're going to be looking directly at you. What you want to do is try to sit toward this left side, because this box can be spammed. And then when they're coming up to like right here, then you can peek, and because then they're gonna be like clearing over here, up here, like they're gonna be looking at all different directions, and this is a perfect time for you to peek, kill like 2 or 3, and try to get out. It's gonna be really good for your team. This is definitely one of my favorite spots. Just make sure you're not gonna get spammed through this box. Also, peeking on the left side, like I said, is pretty decent as well. So other than that, we have this spot here on site. We could play tower. So right here, like, this is a pretty good angle. People might not expect this in like gold and below. Let's get some kills there. We can even play like over here in this area and just kind of peek from here. This is completely fine, but you know, they're gonna most likely expect you, and just be careful if there's a flash, like a breach flash or any type of flash, just because this is gonna be like the most common area that enemies flash out of when coming into B from B main. You can even sit all the way far back. If you're Jett, you can come up here. You have to be careful of arcade as well. So you can also be playing canteen, kind of just holding like this, but you know, if there's a wall or smoke, then this is going to be quite hard for you to deal with. So for that reason, playing on site here is going to be like the best options. So let's go ahead and go arcade, and I'm going to show you guys one more trick for B main. So here, this is one way we can start. So like this, we peek this, see if there's anyone here. If there's not, I usually kind of just walk up to see if I can get a kill, a free kill, and then just dismiss away. So if I get here and I clear like behind this box and there's no one, then I'm instantly gonna think, okay, where are the enemies at? If the enemies are B main and there's no one arcade, then I'm gonna go under. This is a really underused strategy, and it is a really, really good strategy. So if there's no one B main, we can just flank over here, right, and go flank dish, like I said, and you can just catch them there. But more than likely, you're gonna catch, if there's no one here in lower ranks, or really in any rank, you can just go under, start walking at some point so they don't hear you. And a lot of times you'll see people like right here, but if not, you can find them in B main. So like, I had a diamond player do this once that I was coaching, and he killed like 2 or 3 people. It's a really good flank. But yeah, so that's for B main. But otherwise, for arcade, what we can do is just hold right here and wait. Or like I said, we can push up, go for the kill, and then just dismiss back. So like right here, kill, dismiss away. Another way we can start is come up in tower. There's a barrier right here. So what I do, you guys might have seen me do this before. As soon as the round starts, you just grab the rope. Make sure you're silent. You have to hold shift. See, if I'm not holding shift and I grab it, I just make a lot of noise and they're gonna hear me. So I have to hold shift, hit F at the start of the round as soon as the barrier drops. Come behind these boxes, and at this point we're just listening, chilling. We don't really need to peek. And then as they're running up, you can peek on them, or you can come to the left. Just try not to make too much noise. And so at the start of the round, as soon as you come down, another play that you can do, instead of just sitting and waiting, is you can listen and cross to the left here, and basically just wait for them to come up. Because what a lot of people are concerned with whenever they're attacking here is like here, here, here. And more than likely, they're not going to look like this, right? Because it just feels kind of weird to do even for me. Like, if someone were to play here against me, I would more than likely die. And then I would start checking it, especially that game. So this is pretty much it for fracture defense. Again, I didn't mention A main, but, you know, we could play from here if we absolutely need to for, like, rotating. But those are the best spots you can play on this map. If you guys have any questions or guide suggestions for future content, let me know. Otherwise, without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next one.